here, well, I am here, on Dufferin Street. This is Dufferin Grove Park. I just finished up recording a video that went through the Dufferin Grove neighborhood and finished up here. And I don't want to be an ambulance chaser, but there's an ambulance up ahead with its lights on. And there was a fire truck before that, so I'm guessing the fire truck were the first responders. But really what was needed were paramedics. And there's a farmer's market going on here. You'll see that in the upcoming video. And I see Marge is here, Medano, that's a couple of mods, Alicia Lewis, Sweet Pea, George Chowdhury, Brad Palmer, Jillian Felix, Gertej, Lawson, the happy-go-lucky one. D is here, Mark M, Raul, I Like to Walk, Random Travels, and everyone else, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm a little later than I had hoped. I was hoping to be all wrapped up by 6 p.m. So this one might be a little under an hour and a half. We'll have to see about that. Hey, Yogi is here. Greetings, Yogi, as we go south down Dufferin Street. There's Dufferin Mall on the right. Yeah, this park was in the news yesterday. There was a large encampment, well, there still is in the park. It made the news as the city made an effort to clear it out yesterday, but as you can see, much of it still remains. So I just recorded a walk exploring the neighborhood, Dufferin Grove, finishing up at the park. Live professional wrestling, fantasy fight night, live at Henderson Brewing Company. That looks kind of neat. Hey, Mark D is here. Greetings. Feels like it's been a while since we've been on this stretch of Dufferin. It's Marge. Sorry, I deactivated it. Let me re-add your wrench. There we go. Mike Landry, $2. Hi, Johnny in chat. Mike Landry, thank you so much for the $2. Hello to you, sir. And on that note, thank you to Reguito and Marg D. They sent a couple of super chats right at the end of yesterday's live stream, right as I signed off. I didn't get a chance to thank you in person on the stream, but thank you so much, Reguito and Marg D. For the Bills game tonight. Yeah, I hope Josh Allen lights it up. I've got him starting on my fantasy team, but I'm going to leave Shakir on the bench. Not too superly excited to roll him out. Go Bills, go Jays. Speaking of football, I watched an interesting YouTube video on a guy from the States who went to his first ever CFL game. He drove down and went to see the Hamilton Tiger Cats. That was a really neat video. Good to see you as well, Marie Palmer. I've said it before, but you guys are the best paying community on YouTube. South, and then I don't know, I walked along Park College yesterday. I'm going to be in that area on the weekend. used to be able to navigate your way around this town quite easily by just looking at where you are in relation to the tower, but those sightlines have been disappearing. you and take a cut. I think that's how that works. It's asking if I'm feeling better. Pretty much. I'd say I'm 95% over the cold. But boy, art illustrations, jewelry, and gifts, handmade in Toronto. We're going to be going past the Jean Darlene piano room at some point. I went there about a month and a half ago. It was definitely a neat experience. Yes, we overheard that guy say, "I'm the king of that family, technically." It's a weird thing to hear someone say, but that's what he said. I get the feeling I'd be in the shade if I were on the other side of the street. That is very true, Simon Gordon. Bar Nero, cocktail, wine, beer, snacks. Neat looking place. Greetings, Detroit Dale. Perfect lead into the evening. I would say it's not bad, eh? Ontario mini cucumbers. I always really like walking this stretch. Little Portugal on Dundas. This is where the Due West Fest takes place. That kicks off pretty much the start of the summer festival season. And if you're a fan of street art, there's a whole lot of that to be found in this neighborhood. Especially if you go in behind these buildings. There's a lot of laneways, walls that serve as canvases. Hey, there's the Doc Ellis. After a baseball pitcher who was allegedly pitched while on LSD, I think the rumor goes. Kind of like the rumor that Wade Boggs once consumed 7 beers on a flight. As if that wouldn't give you alcohol poisoning. He's never denied or refuted it. We're at Dovercourt Road. Started my video today by going down Dovercourt from Bloor into Duckling Grove. There's the Pink Panther. It'll be a sad day if someone ever tags over that. Stefano's Diner, that used to be a popular hamburger restaurant. And there's the Unboxed Market. A store whose aim is to get rid of packaging waste, hence the term unboxed. $10 margaritas, $2 off beer, $6 tequila shots. There's a lot of hipstery, trendy bars in this neighborhood masquerading as dive bars. Lisa says nothing there ever goes, no matter how you slice it. Dollarama on the left. So I think the entrance to the Jean Darlene piano bar is just down there on the left. You go behind that building to KFC, and you make a left. It's got a very speakeasy vibe to it. Back in the front, go to the address on their website. There's just a QR code. Then you have to scan the QR code, and it tells you to go around to the back. I think that's it. That building with the white sign there, it's all blanked out. I think that's the piano bar. You gotta go all the way around behind it to get in. Am I right? There's the secret to getting in. Carl Roth says, "Dyed bra are fine, my scuba females say." Thank you, Gordon. Gordon says, "Do I research before I walk?" Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Live streams almost never. My pre-recorded videos, I tend to do that. I just try to remember a bunch of talking points. I just make a list of bullet points and literally stare at my phone on the subway or transit and try to remember them. When I'm doing live streams, I tend to just pull from information I already know. I think just standing around and not really even talking about the history of things, trying to be a tour guide, doesn't really work at all on live streams. So I tend to just keep moving. Sometimes I'll slow down and bore you down on my pre-recorded videos, but normally I try to find a balance between not stopping any pertinent information, plus NH, heartbeat of the neighborhood. That's the West Neighborhood House, and we are right near the Ossington Strip. Very lively,
Scotland,
popular part of town.
United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Australia, and Czech Republic. Крупная приезжая to realize immigration of this prison Russian zone in one of countries. Where we won't live us forever. Please join. Invite people thrust from the USA, Canada, Alaska, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and Czech Republic. Help me, join, please. To realize immigration.
I don't know about that.
Please help me. I cannot live in Russian prison zone with Russian rats and their socks and hairs. Help me, Johnny, please. Help me.
I'll be like, I know something about this, but I can't recall what it is. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. There's the lake view. Number of famous productions had scenes filmed there. I think the most famous one was the 80s movie Cocktail starring Tom Cruise. I guess the El Cavue, that the A is out. There's a place called Peaceful Vengeance, coffee, tea, and indie art.